Hi, welcome to our new class for cybersecurity at KTH Network Security section. So this is a quite unique new lecture that proposed in KTH, which is called Integrating Game Theory and Machine Learning into Cybersecurity. So let's fire up and I got a lot of useful scientific information. And to start this course will have the 5 layers of intent learning outcomes. For example, we start with the core cybersecurity principles that with the activities that is like a blended between lectures on fundamentals topics. Was the lab that will be used, which is we call it a hacking lab. That's something we will address it later. Then from the briefing about the topics inside this lecture, we are going to applying a theory to practice. So this is a balance between scientifically or theoretically mathematical modeling of the game theory and how we are going to integrate it into a cybersecurity. Of course, we need a team collaboration in this course, so we will have a fun, like two groups of students. Some of them are attackers, some of them are defender in cybersecurity, but they are playing a game. For example, imagine you have a chess game and there's like a two players. So whatever you are move, I'll move next and make an action, and that's a source of either an attacker or the defender. So we will have a clear communication for complex ideas. Of course, we'll have like a presentation, peer teaching, report, labs, and projects. So the learning outcome in cybersecurity today, we will have like introduction actually. So for the first week, we will go through lightweight briefing information. I expect that the student has already some basic information about the cybersecurity. Of course, most of us know what is the information security in basic sense that you should secure your account in your email. You should have like your username and password secured and not revealed. So that's why we will have like a short briefing about cybersecurity, what kind of key threat and vulnerabilities, activities included in the lectures, also what kind of activities that will be explained there. For the fundamental concept we have in week 2, you can see you have ethical consideration in cybersecurity. Then we focus about the case studies about the two players, the attacker and defender, how they play with each others, and how to the defender try to maximize uh, his mathematical equation to uh, to increase the monitoring of the networking system and reducing the dilemma that came from the attacker as well. So that's why we'll have like students several rules, either they are attacker or defender or the policymaker. So you know that each time the defender for the cybersecurity, you need to learn a new defend mechanism for that. Then we have in week 3 a basic of game theory, which is introduction of game theory concepts such as Nash equilibrium and strategic decision making. We have group activities. Um, we should like 2 to 3 people per group studying. Then we will have the in week 4 machine learning and cybersecurity. Well, that's the core of the game theory. We need to understand the basics of the machine learning that's specific for cybersecurity. In week 5, we have advanced and topic game theory. This is the more mathematically and studies there about how the interaction between attacker and defender. Are we are using single agent or multiple agent? And this is like an open topic for the students that can use for their research projects. Then what about the ethics in machine learning? You need to know what's the ethical hacking in basic, and when we are trying to do attacker or defender, we should do it in an ethical way. It's for learning purposes. And I believe we cannot be a defender without knowing the strategies of the attacker in cybersecurity world. So if I ask you, what is the cybersecurity? It's quite important to know that cybersecurity is very important in daily life, actually. If you come back more than 4 years, we don't have smartphones and mobile phones that spread widely for the mobile devices and the printer. So basically, everything are connecting to the internet are crucial, and we need to take care of that. We cannot put our own password as 12345, for example. The username should look like AWS1, for example, or John 1995, and so forth. We need to take care of that. So this is cybersecurity because the main things from the attacker are to gain the profits, financial profits, or using your laptop or PC as a proxy to do other attacks to other servers. That's quite important to know that the cybersecurity in game theory. So as you can see here, we have the chess that we can play the chess between two opponents. So imagine you have an attacker and imagine you have a defender. Whatever each movement from any player in the chess will have the uh, actions, and that actions are adopted in, are used in cybersecurity and adopted there actually. And from the game theory are inspired actually from these games. And cybersecurity also adopt these types of strategies that the player played for that game. To achieve game theory and cybersecurity, it's quite important to know that we have a hacking lab inside our computer department, which include everything that you need. The servers, closed environment, so won't hitting the outside world. You can play around. You can we will divide you as an attacker and defender team, and they try and they will and try to adjust their groups. Of course, we will assign 2 to 3 people per group, and they will sitting on that lab, and they will given the strategy from the beginning, and later on they can modify their mathematical model or strategy, and they can playing the games between attacker and the defender. So the hacking lab will be lasting for 1 hour to minimum 1 hour up to 3 hours per week, and feel free to come in daytime. And if you have any other questions, you can ask a team supporter there in any technical side. And as you can see here, we have some people working on the web server, some people are working on intrusion detection, and other people are working like let's say if the red t-shirt, they are the attacker, and the another color are the defender, and they will sit together, and everything is predefined. The environment they need only to play the game and write their notes, and that will inspire their project in the future. And the hacking lab and your assignment project, we will have two types of uh, roles there. So we have like attacker, let's say student A, we have a defender. So in hacking lab, you can do it a binary, like a single one, but in your assignment, we have a group assignment. You can work as a team. As I told you earlier, 2 to 3 people. The goal of the attacker are to compromise crucial assets from data exploitation or disable the network. From the defender are aiming to detect the neutralize any attack attempt while maintaining network availability. Of course, we have sequential gains in deterministic process, so the attacker are predefined for the defender and so forth. But later on, we can make it partially observed. Next we have a project status updates. We need to you need to have a title for your project, and we also you can get a feedback from teacher regarding to the lab and the assignment groups. I hope you enjoy the lecture for today and hope to see you next week. Thank you. Bye.